one thing that helped all that was the birth of this little company called River North Dance Company that happened in 1989 by two former Hubbard Street dancers, Karen Frankel Jones and Julie Berman, Ronna Kay, and Mark. Those were the four founders. Fast forward 1989 to 1990, Sherry Zunker comes into the picture in my life. And I remember meeting her. We were out at Limelight. It was a big downtown nightclub where we would do some fashion dance shows. And I remember meeting Sherry one night there. And she had been on tour with Fosse. So the entire time I had been in Chicago, she'd been out of town. And it was another one of those moments of, I feel like I've known you forever. We're going to be best friends. And she ended up marrying Mark Dow circa 1990. So she took over the artistic direction of River North. And then Sherry asked me to choreograph a piece. And this is still while I was with Hubbard Street. She just knew what I liked and what I did in class and stuff like that. She had this idea for a suite, and it was a Cole Porter suite. She wanted to give me like that I was going to like the number Too Darn Hot. But instead I ended up going for In the Still of the Night. I just had this entire partnering thing just blow up in my head, and it was challenging for them at the time because I'm coming from all this like really hefty experience. They were all very young and raw, and I remember I didn't let them perform it the first time it was slated to be performed because it just wasn't ready. It wasn't good enough. So that was in 1992. I left Hubbard Street in the fall of 1993, and at the time Sherry had said, when you're ready, this is something I'd love for you to come on board. I'd love to share this with you. I think we'd make a great team, kind of thing. And I was like, absolutely. So that really helped ease my, departure from Hubbard Street because of the injury. I was still thinking just dance career. I'd never thought of having a company. I knew I wanted to choreograph because I had such a great time making up combinations for my classes. So many of my combinations turned into pieces because I would like do one combination for like 2 weeks, so like for 4 classes worth, and kept making them longer and longer and longer. I'm like, I have like half a piece here. I was all about choreography, costumes later, whatever. But Sherry always had, that was always a really big part of, and I learned that a lot from her in that respect. And we thankfully had a friend that Mark Dow knew initially that was a lawyer who didn't want to practice law anymore, who became the executive director. We were fortunate that, okay, we can just focus on the art. We don't have to mess with that. And then Jordan Ross was a part of the picture who did costumes from as far back as I can remember, and so there was always a great attention to detail from every angle.
To view the full Chicago Dance History Project catalog and support our work, please visit our website, chicagodancehistory.org.